Welcome back to WagerTalk.com. I'm Marco D'Angelo, joined in studio with two very close friends. I've got Johnny Detroit in town for the Super Bowl. Las Vegas Chris, you've seen him before on our videos, and you know it's because of Johnny Detroit that I got to meet Las Vegas Chris. You two guys go back a lot farther than I do. You're both from Detroit. Johnny, you want to tell us a little testimony about this guy?
I've known Chris. I forgot exactly how we met. I know he used to play poker back in the day, so any cops listening.
So
too late now, you should have got me before.
Apparently you taught him how to play, because I've seen him play.
Before we started having a bunch of kids, I used to run probably most of like all the decent illegal card games, which I don't anymore, so should have got me when you had the chance. So I met Chris then, and then he was actually, for anyone who follows me on Twitter, I just tweeted out an interview I did with legendary bookmaker Joe Monroe, is Chris used to move money for Joe towards the tail end of his career. So actually I met Joe because of Chris. Me and Chris became friends, and then you needed a favor, which I'm going to let you tell this part, and then from there on, you guys became friends.
Well, when I first moved out to Vegas, I was only here probably about 6-7 months, and I ended up in the hospital. I thought we were having a heart attack or a stroke, whatever. They took me to the hospital. They checked me, and they can't figure out what's wrong. All my vitals are all over the chart. So I'm in the hotel, or not the hotel room, but the hospital room the next day. They keep me, but I got a horse racing back in Pennsylvania. And the horse had been sick, and we, ran the medicine through the horse to get the horse, healed over it. But the problem was we couldn't race the horse the week before and hit the board because it still had the medication in it. We had to wait till the medication cleared. So we had our, driver just, take the horse out, get it a tightener mile, but we were going to send the horse the next week where the horse would be clear to go. If we won, which we were planning on, we would pass the spit box, so to speak. So I'm in the hospital. I can't get a bet in, and this horse is going to go off at like 9, 10 to 1. I call you from my cell phone and ask you, can you get me a bet down? I said, I'm in the hospital, and I tell you I want 500 to win on my horse at the Meadows back in Pittsburgh. My wife brings me in my laptop so that I can watch the race on the computer. And my horse, long story short, my horse turns for home on top, 3-4 lengths, 9 to 1. We got 500 to win on it. We're sitting pretty. And her stride starts shortening up, and the field's starting to catch her. She gets nailed right at the wire, finishes second at 9 to 1. The monitor's going crazy. The nurse comes running back. She thinks I'm having a heart attack because the monitor's going all over the charts. She comes in, looks at me, looks at the computer on my lap as I'm laying flat on the bed with the wires hooked up to me, and I tell her what was going on. She shook her head, said, I have finally seen everything, and turned around and walked away. But then I had to settle up when I got out of the hospital, and this is the man that showed up for me to pay. This was Chris, and ever since then, it's been chicken wings and steaks with this guy all the time.
Lots of fun, lots of fun.
And I wish you would have been handing me the money instead of me handing you the money. But Chris, for people that don't remember, you are what we like to refer to as an advantage player. Super Bowl week for you, what holiday for the rest of the world would you equate Super Bowl week?
Well, it's Black Sunday for us. It's the equivalent of the best shopping day for sports bettors that there is. So, we're just, our number one goal from the time the game is announced is to raise money. We're pulling out drawers, we're chasing down, we're looking for, straight casino chips, we're hitting the safety deposit box, we're hitting here. We're making sure everybody that owes us money is paying us because we're going to spend.
That's why he's like, that 500 bucks you owe me, can you ship me via PayPal? I'm going to Vegas on vacation for a week, and this gypsy's asking for 500 bucks? Okay, now
we need every single dollar that we can. But the way we approach it is a little differently than everybody else. We don't go to the Westgate. We don't do anything early. We wait for everything to just percolate. And we want everything to just get a little out of whack. Let everybody hit these numbers and let them kind of get away. Traditionally, we don't bet until maybe starting Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday we're all in. We're barely sleeping. We're running everywhere. My Fitbit is going to be smoking by the time the weekend's done.
Yeah, he's always got to show me how many steps he's got, and trying to motivate me. But you've
How's that
got
going?
well, what can I say? You guys will be all over the Strip all weekend long. Frank, your partner, and he sends his wife out as well.
Yep.
You got to cover ground, and you guys. You're like little pack rats running around to the different sports books, and I'll get a text, I'm here, do you need anything? Or I'm over here, and I'm like, I can't keep track of them. But you find the value, you get it. I know you guys also, come game day, you might have some positions where you might have a side, not in traditional form. You guys like to do some things with, alternative betting, alternate lines and stuff. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
What we'll focus on is basically what the public doesn't want to bet. That's what we're focusing on. Big spreads. We're going to look for wherever you have to lay big money on. That's, every year we have to actually borrow money from other people because we run out of our own money, because we'll lay 5-1, 7-1, 9-1, because we can do something with that. So that's our number one goal. Anything that I can, what I can recommend to anybody is, if you like a plus money proposition, just wait till Sunday to bet it, because 9 times out of 10, maybe even higher, the minus money is going to get bigger and bigger, and the plus money is going to get higher.
All right. Well, we appreciate you coming on. Wish, like, do you guys have any props that you've got any money on yet? You like?
We have big positions on Carolina -3.5 and on the money line -190, but we kind of think it's going to go back up a little bit. It's 5.5 today. We think we'll be able to get 6.
If you get that 6 again or 6.5, will you hedge some of that off and take the
We're going to hedge it all back and probably overbuy in Denver. So
there you go. Official Las Vegas wise guy, the way they do it.
You like the under? Everyone's liked the under so far.
I think we might see a teeter-totter where offshore is going to stay where it is. Right now it's 44, leaning down a little bit. It's 45 in Vegas. I think you might see it go a little higher. Favorite and over parlay action is going to take it up. So
you're going to get game day. You always have the tourists that aren't here yet. I mean, let's face it, a lot of the public's going to come in Thursday night. It's a big weekend party, and the public generally likes to go to the over on games. It's just in their nature. It surprises me that the sharps aren't waiting, because normally if you're betting the under as a pro, you wait, because the public's going to help you along whenever it's a standalone game. But it's like the sharps don't want to move; they don't want to lose that number. So now it's a case of cat and mouse or chicken, who gets to the window first, because you don't want to miss a number.
Well, on Thursday we still have 75% of the money still left to be bet in the game, so it can go varied directions.
All right, well, good luck. I'll be watching the game with you on Sunday, as will Johnny and some of our other guys. And you can follow Chris at Las Vegas Chris on Twitter. He's got some good stuff. And if you've ever checked out the forums, in a news section on it, he writes some movie reviews. I don't know where he gets the time to see all these movies, but he's doing something right. Of course, we'll see a movie at 11 a.m. in the morning. I get a text. Don't bother me for 2 hours. He's Las Vegas Chris. Johnny Detroit and Marco D'Angelo. Be sure to check out all of our other videos at wagertalk.com.